What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some of the current data points, latest and updates, and everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So NIO is up 0.81% during the pre-market. No different than the last couple of trading days. You're getting a abnormal amount of buying occurring both on the secondary market and dark pool during the pre-market. So big money appears as though that it wants to really push NIO higher this morning. No macro data points coming out from China today specific to NIO. No SEC filings, no press releases or anything. There was one thing unofficially, I guess, coming out, and that was this. So NIO hitting a pretty good milestone, and that is 800,000 vehicles produced. And this is pretty much piggybacking off of the last milestone, which came over the weekend, of 8 million battery swaps. So I think in general, this is good. NIO is building some pretty good momentum. As far as if this is a good reason to buy NIO or not, I'd probably say it's more on the neutral. It just reconfirms what NIO has been doing, bigger picture, but still I think moral of the story is they need to hit their 2025 targets. As far as what shorts are doing so far during the pre-market, they are returning 1.19 million shares. So of course that's adding a certain level of buying pressure, and generally it's kind of continuing their trend. So if you can kind of look at this blue line right here, shorts have been really returning since about July the 8th, 9th roughly, where it was at 13.5% shorted. So shorts have been really returning, so adding a lot of buying pressure. And again, that could be one attributing factor why NIO has been doing so good, because NIO shorts do make up roughly between 30 to 50% like every single day of the overall volume, as I've shown you in previous videos. But NIO really appreciating recently. It's kind of like an inverse chart. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think that shorts know something? Are they just kind of pushing NIO higher just to kind of quadruple it down and hit it hard? Or what's your kind of general thoughts on all of that? But definitely good to see shorts returning during the pre-market. As far as the options, bulls feel like roughly around 550 is still realistic for this week. And then the bears are anticipating for it to be sub 450. So with us now at 5, you are literally level kind of between the two. So we'll have to wait and see how this does play out. But nonetheless, with it at 496 during the pre-market, 491 is going to be a strong support, and then 508 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. And NIO is actually doing fairly well. A lot of the other EVs are pulling back. Tesla kind of flopped on their earnings, and in the past, Tesla's always really missed on a lot of the key metrics, but it was their future guidance. Their future guidance has always really saved them, but this time around, they didn't really have that optimistic of future guidance, no real innovation, so the market is punishing them. So Tesla right now is down 6.44%, but definitely good to see that NIO is kind of surviving that for the most part. Today there hasn't been any new ratings from NIO, no articles or anything, so today is just merely people digesting what has happened with NIO, how far it's actually ran up, and its own technicals. So on the actual chart, things are looking pretty good, as I've always mentioned. Same setup as 2024. All it needs is that nice big catalyst. And keep in mind, during this nice push, you had stimulus, so Chinese stimulus that kind of pushed this higher right here. And then I know some people might disagree with me on this, but this is kind of a nice push because of the European tariffs were essentially rumored to be zero. So that's one thing that really gave it a secondary push. All of this is actual just being over like a discount play, and of course some pretty good operational updates. So you can only imagine if, let's say, China was to come out and put out some stimulus news, as what they kind of alluded to is going to be coming in 2025, but essentially that could be a huge dagger for shorts and just cause the stock price to get back to kind of those 2024 levels where it did peak. But nonetheless, one thing to take note of though, stochastic RSI is considered very overbought. So the first sign of weakness, you could see a little bit of a pullback, but definitely good to see shorts returning today and that milestone being hit. So what's your general thoughts on NIO? Are you buying? Are you selling? This is a very quick overview of just some things that you need to be aware of. If there is some pretty big developments that kind of occurs during the trading day, or let's say shorts or options kind of signal something, I can do a PM video, but for the most part, it's good to see that institutions are buying both in the secondary market and as well as the dark pool. So these are all the dark pool transactions, and these are all the ones from yesterday. So a lot of big money continuously getting into NIO. And for those of you that have kind of actually been watching my videos, because I've been covering NIO on and off for like a year and a half now, and like at one point, even on the dark pool, even though it's heavily shorted, there's only sometimes like max three to five. So this definitely goes to show that hedge funds and shorts are kind of paying attention to it. And lately shorts have been returning, so always good to see. So let me know your thoughts on NIO. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Market does open in 10 minutes on a side note, so just kind of watch for a lot of those support and resistance points that I did bring up. But essentially, I think that today should be a fairly okay type of day. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like I said. And then one final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.